the world's most advanced cold wallet for the new generation of cryptocurrency lovers.
So if you are interested in buying this decent wallet, you can find a link in the description down below where you will get a 20% discount. Thank you very much, and let's dig in the video. What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video for today. So here we have Stephen Huber saying, bingo, for the first time since the lawsuit, Ripple ODL and the XRP appeared in an SEC filing and infinite accusations filing from Thursday last week. The company shows the SEC how Tranglo entered into a strategic partnership with Ripple to use ODL and XRP for cross-border payments. Let's take a look. So this is a strong strategic partnership network, blue chip customer partners, in addition to being the backbone that enables the transfer and withdrawal of funds across e-wallet platforms and banks. Tranglo has a large portfolio of blue chip customers across both its payment segment and airtime transfer segment, including Wise, Singtel, Remitly, Grab, PayPal, Gia. All these people are connected to Tranglo. Imagine, guys. Strategic partnership with Ripple. In 2021, Ripple, the leading provider of enterprise, blockchain, and cryptocurrency solutions for cross-border payments, around 40% of Tranglo. This was done to scale Ripple's global financial network to take the complexities of the payment landscape in Southeast Asia. Now here you can see all the total transactions, guys, and everything that is happening. Here you can see how it works. The chart below illustrates how Tranglo's partnership with Ripple utilizes ODL to streamline payments and enhance liquidity. Insane. Tranglo has enabled ODL on all its payment scores since March 2022. This followed the success of Tranglo's pilot ODL deployment in September 2021. So this is just 40% of Tranglo still. So imagine the whole world, right? It's crazy. Because Ripple has a real solution here, guys, and that's the only thing that is going to survive in this market. It's just the truth, right? Let's take a look at this one. Well positioned before that happens. Let's take a look at this one.
Crypto not as coins or tokens. I look at it all as software. It's productivity software. The projects that are going to last and be here, a decade away from now are ones that actually solve problems. So let's give an example. I'm an investor in Polygon. I'm a very fortunate guy. I'm able to call up the leaders of these projects and these teams, and they return my call, and I ask to meet them anywhere in the world. In this case, we met in Dubai with the Polygon team. I'm an investor in software engineers. I always have been. I've been in the software industry for 20 years. They're very, very strong, and their mandate, what they decided to do, is to try and reduce the cost by sitting on top of Ethereum and aggregating transactions. So the gas fees are a fraction of what they would be if you're doing them one at a time. I thought that was a brilliant strategy, and I made an investment in Polygon. The same with Solana, the same with Ethereum, the same with HBAR. All of these are software, and they all have different attributes. If you're investing in, for example, in Google or in Microsoft, what are you investing in? You're investing in software. Why wouldn't you invest in crypto? It's software too. And in the case of crypto, just take, for example, Circle and USDC. USDC takes a lot of pressure and reduces fees in all kinds of different ways. And in the case of staking, gives you some kind of yield against inflation. So all of this to me is just software engineering, and I have a broad portfolio. I'm very familiar with the engineers involved in each of these projects. I support them. I'm an advocate for it. And the regulator is, in my view, going to eventually support these initiatives because of the tremendous economic enhancement and productivity they provide for the underlying economy. And as far as the US regulator is concerned, they have the opportunity to lead the globe in policy, whether it be stablecoin, whether it be Bitcoin, whatever it's going to be. And I don't think they want to give up that opportunity. They just want to get it right. And those of us that are waiting for their decisions are very optimistic, because you can look at this two ways. You can say, okay, the regulators are getting in the way of growth. That's one way to look at it. I don't look at it that way. I look at it saying, when the US regulator makes its policy, the floodgates of institutional and sovereign wealth are going to pour into these crypto assets. And I want to be well positioned before that happens.
Now, see, guys, that's basically what is happening now with the lawsuit, right? And it's so, this guy explained everything so well with all the examples that he's giving, and it's just software, right? And if you had been investing in Google and Microsoft in the beginning of of the 2000s, you would have made so much money. Why? Because you're investing in software that is solving a problem, right? And it's the same with Ripple. Ripple is the next big thing. It's just so obvious, guys, and this guy explains it so very well. Now, he doesn't mention XRP, but listen very good to what he's saying. He's saying when the regulations are there, the floodgates will open. Now, when we talk about regulations, which cryptocurrency is in a lawsuit right now and it's taking a long time, and we know that Ripple wins, right? So it's all obvious that he's talking about XRP as well. So let's take a look at this guy, what he's saying about Bitcoin.
Currencies cannot be valued, they can only be priced. And the reason I had to make that statement was because I've been asked repeatedly over the last 14 years whether I think Bitcoin is undervalued or overvalued. And my response strikes many people as a cop-out. I say Bitcoin cannot be valued. And he says, is it because there's too much uncertainty? No, it's got nothing to do with uncertainty. I mean, let's take the two claims that Bitcoin advocates make about Bitcoin. First is it's a currency. Okay, if it's a currency, then I can't value it. I can price it. When I look at the price of Bitcoin, I'm getting an exchange rate between Bitcoin and US dollars, Bitcoin and euros. What should drive that exchange rate? That should be driven by how good or bad a currency Bitcoin is. And that's something you can measure, right? The quality of a currency is a function of how often it gets used as a medium of exchange. And on that dimension, Bitcoin is an abysmally bad currency. Even if you're a believer in Bitcoin, tell me the last time you paid for something with Bitcoin, a house, a car, a coffee. Bitcoin is hardly ever used as a currency. And people can claim it's a conspiracy, but it's got more to do with the way it's been designed and how inefficient it's been as a currency. The other claim for Bitcoin is it's a collectible. It's like gold. Remember, I told you can't value gold, you can only price it. So let's price Bitcoin as a collectible. What makes for a good collectible? It holds its value during crises and when paper currencies are losing value. Gold is a time-tested collectible. Through thousands of years, it's held its value through crises. It goes up when stocks are down. But Bitcoin has been a terrible collectible. So to me, the problem is not so much that, about Bitcoin as a digital currency. It's been a terrible currency. It's been a not so good collectible. So what the heck are you paying $20,000 for?
Now, this is exactly, guys, why Bitcoin is not going to survive in the long run. It was the first one, and that is why it is still number one. But at one point, guys, it is just obvious, right? And he's saying that what makes something valuable? It's being a currency. XRP is so efficient at being a currency that the value hasn't shown yet. But when the value is going to be shown, it's going to literally caught everyone off guard. So this is very interesting. There is a solution to some of Credit Suisse problems. Credit Suisse CEO says banks will rise like a phoenix. Now, what is this, guys? Again, the CEO of Credit Suisse is saying that this bank will rise like a phoenix while it's pouring down rain, right? Why do you think he's saying that? And I've been saying this from the beginning. They will use XRP for liquidity. They have a liquidity crisis. And that is why he's saying that. He knows the solution. They already know the solution. They're waiting for regulation. Credit Suisse is the latest global bank to agree that cross-border payments are ready for distributed financial tech. In a new 135-page report, Credit Suisse offers their research and expertise on blockchain, declaring that it will fundamentally change every aspect of banking and finance in the next 10 years. Furthermore, the report comes to the same conclusion as Ripple on the question: these shifts will occur first and have most significant impact cross-border payments. A shared ledger system creates significant opportunity for cost cutting in a number of areas where current processes are slow, cumbersome, and highly frictional. These areas include the processing of trades in securities, trade finance, and also in payments, particularly cross-border payments. Now, what does that sound like, guys? It's very obvious. This is going to blow up, and it's almost time. It will resume again shortly. Be prepared. The time is nearly here. As clock strikes 1:33, a new world is born as we collide. A cash continues to disappear before your own eyes. Partnerships emerge of which you know nothing about. The phoenix shall rise once the storm is over, right? Where are we now? We are in the middle of the storm. I think it's going to get maybe a bit more bumpy before we see what XRP truly is. But this is just so obvious, guys. It's a no-brainer. DB has more than 47 trillion worth of derivative assets. That is just one bank. And you think that XRP cannot go to $1,000. That's just one bank, guys. 47 trillion. We haven't talked about the whole derivative market of the whole world. That's in the quadrillions. It's huge. It's crazy. And they want to get rid of these frictions, of these problems. And that is why there is this huge liquidity problem. Now, why do you think that Ripple has 50 billion XRP in escrow? Because they're going to be used, guys. That's actually the pot that's going to be used to free all that liquidity and all those problems. The SEC opposes to iRemit and TapJazz motions to file amicus briefs, claiming the proposed briefs are improper attempts to offer evidence outside the constraints of discovery restrictions, the rules of evidence, and this court's prior order. The court is still ongoing, guys. I know it's taking a long time, but we're almost there. Let's take a look at this. BIS proclaims success in multi-CBDC cross-border payment pilot. Also, as part of the experiment, several central banks participated in the mBridge project, a multi-CBDC platform for international payments. As part of the experiment, several banks participated. Multi-CBDC platform for international payments. As part of the experiments, the central banks of Hong Kong, Thailand, UAE, and China participated in the mBridge project, a multi-CBDC platform for international platforms. Crazy how this is all coming together, guys. Be ready because XRP is going to rise. See you in the next one. Cheers.